Surround yourself be aware of the people around you, you surround yourself with, the type of conversations they're having. You don't have to be around negative people who have limited beliefs. You can love them from distance. They don't have to be in your inner circle. If I have a good manager who can make sure we recruit the right coaches, and I can just teach the coaches and they're monitored, that they're like a gladiator.
But they will need you. You have to be more available for people.
Just to the gladiators.
Yes.
And then they go out there and talk to others, but not to individuals anymore.
Yes, your time is...
Energy it takes, yeah. The word manifestation is overly used, okay? I would use believe in miracles, okay? Right, I can sit in front of my remote control, watch reruns on Netflix and whatever, and hope to have a six-pack. That's manifestation, right? Or get off your ass, put your bag of chips down, go to the gym, and manifest a great body, right? 100%. And miracles happen. How do people see things? There was a couple of people who came to the event. I said, why are you coming? I said, to support you. I said, I don't need your support. I don't need your support. You go and learn from 23 speakers. I don't know what it is with people that they live in such denial. And then 6 months later, she sends me this message saying, you're not writing about Iran enough. And then she sent me a message, I'm so glad I didn't waste my time having coffee with you. And I'm sitting there thinking, she wanted to have coffee with me so I could help her. And then she comes back saying, I'm so glad we didn't have coffee so I didn't waste my time.
You should have given her a therapist's number.
But do you know what I'm saying? I'm like...
Hi everyone, and welcome to the most amazing episode. I feel that been waiting for a very long time, and with us joining, and I'm super honored to have Mr. Dariush Soudi. And Mr. Dariush is the most amazing mentors, and he's got a group of companies. He's the Mastery Gladiator founder for Arena Capital, and as you all must be knowing from the amazing Gladiator events. Hello, how are you today?
Thank you for an amazing introduction. How are you?
I am very good.
We've done this before once, but how long ago was it? 2 years ago? A year ago?
Yes, a year and a half, I believe.
Time flies.
Time flies.
I was one of your first interviewees, right?
Yes, and you were the reason I came into this, because you are such an inspiration.
I love you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I know everyone around the UAE knows you, but I still want you to give your introduction about who is Mr. Dariush Soudi.
Just God's trier. No one really, I'm not doing this for fame or anything like this. Somebody asked me a question today, said, why are you doing this? I said, because I just want to help. There's a reason why I've been gone through a lot of pain in my life. And if I don't share the lessons, then it's just wasted. So I thought somewhere along the way, the pain I'm going through, if I share it with people, they won't make the same mistakes. And the lessons I learned hopefully can help them get to where they want to be quicker in life than losing a fortune, having health issues, losing your loved ones. You know, all the stuff that I've gone through, I can maybe help one person out there. So it's doing good. It's doing okay. There've been loads of lonely times where you doubt your own sanity and think, am I doing the right thing? Is this for me? And then out of the blue, somebody comes and says, you changed my life. And you go, okay, I'll just continue. And then another person comes and so.
You know, I would want to say from true authenticity that you are 1% of the majority, because I feel that your life story and the way you have been vulnerable and facilitated only to help others. Your story of becoming a millionaire not once but again twice and then larger, is it a gift?
you know, when you meet people, they say don't talk about religion, politics, and money is often an issue because people have strong beliefs about religion, politics, sex, money. And I realized that somewhere along the way that money is just energy, right? And some people attract it, or some people, you know, push it away from themselves. And I thought, you know what, this rich person, man or woman, what are they doing right that I'm not? Because I like to fly business class. I like to have nice cars. I was born poor, but they're not gifted. What is, if they are, what is their gift? What are they doing? So I started, instead of being jealous or pointing a finger and being a victim, I just started learning from wealthy people. And I realized, okay, then I have this desire to be rich and I'm going to do great things with it. So if I can overcome this negative beliefs about money and I can teach myself the skills that the rich use, I should get rich, right, eventually. And it happened a few times. And it's beautiful. You know, I met someone who says that I've seen rich people who are happy, of rich people who are sad, but I've never seen a happy poor person.
Happy poor person. 100%.
Right? Because if you are introduced to a better life, why do you want to not have it? I don't understand. You know, why do people call rich people bad people or negative people based on them becoming victims, right? So life happens to them. And I thought, I'm going to make things happen to life, right? So just life happens to me.
Like two things. When you just came in your gorgeous Rolls car, right? Every time I see...
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce.
Not Rolls. I don't know why.
Yes.
They think I came in my hair rolls, you know, like...
No, like I think it's one of the top ones and I just loved it. And you said, oh yes, this is one of my many cars. I said, of course, but it's like staying in that abundance and also helping others to come towards that way.
It's just... It's when it's very difficult to listen to someone who's got Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Rolls Royce and go, yeah, it's okay for you. But the fact is that not long ago I was driving and there's nothing wrong with it. Toyota Yaris, rent-a-car on 1,250 dirhams a month, right? It's just that I set my goals, I didn't negotiate, burned my boats and worked my ass off, you know, 18-hour days, 6-7 days a week. And I just knew if I kept winning 1 inch at a time, 1 centimeter a day, I will eventually get to where I want to be. But then when you've lost it all, it humbles you, right? So I don't think I've got an attitude or I'm arrogant or show off. I'd have nice cars because it makes me happy. Because when you run your own company, nobody comes and tells you, well done, right? So my cars are a way of me saying, well done to myself. I sit in there and listen to nice music and I think, well, the speaker sounds nice and yeah, it makes me feel good. Well done to myself. So it's my way of saying, well done, Dariush. All right.
And you're doing it for yourself. Usually I feel in the UAE, most of these people who won't or cannot afford would be going out of their way. And I mean, you know how they say like spending from your savings. No, it should be spending from your earnings.
Yours, okay. You mentioned a few things, if you don't mind. The rich live off the interest of their interest. Okay,
Yes.
so rich have a skill of making the money work for them. The poor work for their money.
Yes.
Okay, and the way you set out, I don't expect poor people. I sometimes may be rich, but I feel poor. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is change your mindset towards money and plan that one day you will have money work for you. But what I would say is, and come to me, people like me will advise you where to invest. But when you start investing, invest yesterday. Don't wait till you have huge amounts of money and keep compounding. Compounding is the most amazing, miraculous thing on the planet that not many people know about. And Einstein said it's the 8th wonder of the world, compounding. Warren Buffett practices compounding.
Right.
And that's why I become the 3rd or 4th richest human being on earth. So compounding is the answer, but start saving yesterday.
100%. The saving mindset isn't there.
Always.
So I know you coach high-profile leaders, and a lot of your, mentoring goes along the way. What is it that you find the mistakes that these mostly people are making, which is why they're living in a state of lack and not abundance?
I don't have many clients anymore, but when I did do, they were quite successful, but they weren't aligned with their values. So what I find is that most people don't know what their values are, and they certainly don't know what the boundaries are. And if I don't know, let's say we're in a personal relationship, and honest and transparency or communication is my value and my boundaries. If you lie to me, you're out, okay? But if I don't share it with you, you're going to walk all over the boundaries we set, and I'll be unhappy. But it's not your fault, because
Yes.
I didn't set it clearly to you what my values were. So what I find out in companies, that lots of people are misaligned with their values. The culture they've set is wrong. Yes.
100%.
So once you communicate your vision, your values, your boundaries, then your relationships improve. Like with me, I say you don't have to like me in business, but I freaking deliver, right? You pay me $1, I give you 10 back, and that was my reputation. And I'll take a bullet for you. I'll never, Dariush delivers. It never lets you down, period. Even if I don't sleep, I'll deliver. And I'll make you my number one priority, because you trusted me with your hard-earned money. And I don't take your money lightly, because it's your children's inheritance. And I will fight you, I will kick your ass, I'll make sure, because I don't hold myself responsible to you, I'll hold myself responsible to your children. Right? So you're giving me permission to be a bull in a china shop, right? To be a gladiator.
And I think not many people think like that. I could see this love, unconditional love for you wholeheartedly in the gladiator event. Let's come to that. It was phenomenal, massively successful. It was like this energy no one has ever felt. And every time it becomes larger than life.
Why do you think that is? Why do you
Wow.
think that you think people love me or like me? Why?
It's celebrating your message. Like,
How do you know? You sit in the crowd. I know we love each other, right? So why do you think the two people next to you, 2 doors away, like me? Why? What makes you think that? Because you're such an optimist. You just think everything's like you, right? I'm going to ask you the question. What makes you think the third person in the third row liked me?
you are a legacy. I mean, it is like they did not want to miss it for the world. We had people traveling for 1-2 days just for your event. I mean, people of the UAE, yes, having it be a sold out event itself. And it's now people just traveling. 3 people in the ladies' room, and I never met them, and they were just like, I just came in for the event. I just made a 2-day stop.
So why do you think that is?
It's that methodology that you're providing them, that roadmap to success, that overcoming those blockages.
But there are lots of other seminars do that.
They do not even come minus.
Why do you think that is?
Because the intention,
everybody has speakers,
there was
right?
no commercialism. It was pure love. There was pure care for everyone sitting in that room, and they were feeling, and I mean, they were teary. Because they felt, and I remember the way when you had that video in the beginning, and people were just going into this,
Zone.
Yes, and they wanted to feel that because people are not feeling this anymore.
Thank you. Because everything's from the heart, right? I sat down 3 months prior in studios creating the music and the videos. Because in my head, I was thinking, what journey am I going to put the audience through? And within the first 10 minutes, they're all crying.
They were just crying. The thing,
music
event.
and the video, yeah.
But there was so much work behind that. There was so much.
I had 60 dancers, 45 volunteers, 120 cameramen. I had like 50 AV people for 600 people. We sold out 2 weeks before. But when I said we're going to sell out, running short, limited off, people they think it's a marketing ploy. And then when he sold out, the phone's ringing. How could you sell out? We want more tickets. And it's like, in a world where it's saturated, people can't give away tickets, we're selling out. Yeah.
I mean, people were outside the door, and then they couldn't. It
Come
was.
in.
I mean, they
It
could
was
not.
amazing.
And let's see this for a second. Your show started at 7 or 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
People were there I mean, they were there before. You know, it's like, you know.
Because they know, don't mess with me. I start prompt. I don't, you know, like some seminars you go to, say 9, they start at 10.
12.
Half the people were late. You're a gladiator. Eat well before, come in, we'll hit the ground running. Yeah? And I don't care. I don't care. If you're going to pay you good hard-earned money, I'm going to deliver. You better show up. All you have to do is show up. We didn't have breaks. We didn't have a break. From 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. we didn't have a break. Do you know? Just lunch break.
Back to back.
Back to back. And I told them, I said, this is Gladiator.
There were literally people during the lunch saying, can we please bring our plates in? Because we don't want to miss anything that's going on.
Yes.
And the food was just amazing. It was like a running buffet from morning to end.
Yeah.
It was like people were in a feast, and they were like in a mental, like, and you know, honestly, the people there were beautiful. Because
Do you know, everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful once you get past the ego. They're all beautiful souls, but unfortunately the ego blinds them. Ego mainly, actually, yeah. And also fear of opening up, fear of being ridiculed, fear of being judged. So that most of us out there pretend to be something we're not. You know, because it's like an onion. We have to peel away. And my job is to really get people to trust me, that I'm not going to sell them anything. I'm not going to put them in a vulnerable place. I'm going to create the most beautiful place where they can network. And so many people came to me and said, I found my loved one in your last event.
there are a lot of marriages. I mean, not marriages, but there's a lot of
connections,
relationships.
Engaged relationships.
Absolutely. It's more, I saw that platform where it was like, because they, you know,
people see the beauty in each other.
You can't find the right person. I mean, they were like, because you see the caliber, you were attracting people. But again, I feel still it's a lack. It's people have ego. People are not happy when they see others happy. But over here, you're challenging them to be more authentic.
Yeah, it's just like we're all gonna die, right? We're just all gonna die, and when we die, it's forever. There's no negotiation. There's no I'm gonna remember this life and I'm gonna come back next life. This is it.
This is it.
So why play games? Why play?
We had fireworks till the end. We had an after party.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
But how did you? I want to know your secret to the energy. You were greeting each and every one. You had because it's already like an exhausting
build up.
What is it?
Adrenaline, and then when it finished, everyone was like, "Oh, it's incredible, it's amazing." I was like, "Next, let's just I don't have time to celebrate. Let's just move on and grow from it."
And you sat and listened to everybody's speech.
Everyone.
You were so mindful. Yeah. I mean, it's like giving respect, and you had so many things to be, but it was like the way you give everyone their. It's just not seen these days.
Do you know what? Thank you, sweetheart. The reason I started the Gladiator Summit is because somebody asked me to speak to somebody else who's in this business, and he ignored me. And I sat in the crowd and I thought, you know what? You're not such a big deal as you think you are. And I'm not going to run an event that's based on me. I'm going to just give. And I don't like the distance between the audience and the stage. I don't like the stage, the height of it. I don't like the lighting. I can improve on the AV. The sound system's not very good. Suddenly I started writing a list of all the things that I would do if it was my event.
Manifesting.
No, do you know manifesting is, I don't know, sitting there going, I want to be rich, I want to be rich, I want to be rich, right? To me, it's writing your goals, taking action. And I did that, and everybody was against it. You're not going to sell courses, you're not going to sell. No, I'm not going to sell. And how are you going to make money? Sponsors. So I raised money. The first one I made money. The first one I broke even. Second one I made money. The third one I lost. but I wanted to lose.
There was another Fentico. This is
The
another one.
Fantica was a client of mine,
That was.
but they had millions to spend. So
I think
I
that
blew their budget, and
like
it was
in
the
a
most,
Vegas
sphere.
ambience. I couldn't. It was comparing to any top events in the world. It was done
amazing.
by you. It was just everyone was jaw dropping because it was like, wow, these things happen here as well. But it's all the dedication. There's a lot of hard work.
It's called standards, right? So I never want to drop my standard. The second summit we had was the World Trade Center. I felt 2,500 people showed up.
That was massive.
But I didn't like it there because the food wasn't that
We
good.
loved it.
But the food wasn't that good. You see, I'm constantly looking at improving and bettering. I didn't like the entertainment. I thought it was good. We had the rugby dance.
Yes.
The hacker.
It was 2 days and
It was 2 days. So I felt the entertainment could be improved. Now, this time round, the entertainment was incredible.
the
The
Arash
zombies,
concerts.
did you see it?
The Michael Jackson.
The Michael Jackson
The way
zombies.
they came down to the audience.
People were running off scared.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They were so real.
Yeah.
And it was personifying and relating to people in many ways.
What about
Like
the
waking
ABBA,
up from
ABBA
the-
and Bonnie M in the 70s dance? Everybody was dancing.
Everyone was like, all the emotions were tuned and they just didn't want their eyes off, and everything was, it's like, you know how we were waiting for the Gladiator third event, and you made it just,
Thank you. You're
I
amazing.
think you were not, you were too busy inside, but people were having a great time outside. The you know, like, and all your speakers were so generous to give time to the attendees who were curious to know about more. So it was like, it's a giving. It was.
I said to them, like, there were speakers who come and say, I'll speak and go. I said, you're not going to speak. I said, my speakers come and stay all day. That was part of the rule. You don't come and go. You're not doing a job. You come and give everything you've got. Every single speaker came in and stayed all day.
Yes.
And they just gave, and they just gave, and they just gave.
So Gladiator 4?
We'll see.
Okay. I know you like to keep surprises.
Do you know, it's not that, it's like, do I have the energy? And then if I'm doing the same thing, it'd just be boring and there's no growth. So I was listening to a song the other day. I thought, this is a song I would play in Gladiator 4.
Yes.
And then I create the imagery, the vision, and then I've got something to offer. But it's going to be the same thing as last time. It's not worth it. But I'll take this, already got it in Belarus, I'm taking to America, exactly the same as Gladiator 3.
Wow. They're
Just
going to
literally
be.
systemizing it and copying it, and yeah.
I think it's something no one, because most of them who are not from here, they just said it was something so unique. I don't know why you think like that, but I know one thing. If it's not you doing this event, no one can else do it this way.
You really can't. I got the best speakers from
How
America
many
coming.
speakers we had?
23. 23 in a day. It's unheard of. And we didn't run late. When we ran late, we had the entertainment, and we caught up and again. So
You said one of the speakers you were mentioning.
No, I can't remember. Some of this one or this one, it doesn't matter. No, some of these speakers are from the best places around the world and never experienced anything like it. We had Hollywood actors and actresses. They'd never seen anything like it.
And they came down and then they wanted to enjoy the whole thing.
I know.
I know you had a VIP section.
Yes.
But I know most of them, they said, we're not going to sit in here. I mean, that was another vibe altogether. But they all wanted to hear who the next one is.
Yeah.
It was like an
people
emotional
say,
roller coaster.
Who's the next speaker? So I'm not going to tell you.
Yes, you didn't take out the agenda this time.
No, because then people pick and choose who they want to see. Half the time the room is empty, half is full. Maybe you learn something from Dariush that you didn't think you would, so be there, right? And I said, even if you paid a fortune for your VVIP seats, if you're there, if you're empty, your chair is empty more than 5 minutes, I'll fill it from somebody from the back. So it's just the way it is. Respect the system where you're at. That's gladiators.
And then you got an official award from the government side.
No, I didn't know that. Everybody knew apart from me.
Really?
Yeah, I got acknowledgement from the Dubai government. So
That is so astounding, all those accolades.
yeah, at the same time, there was the a billion follower summit going on, and the government, and it's government funded, Mine is personally funded.
It was a private.
And the government gave me the award, which is amazing.
So you did not know about the
No
surprise. How did that make you feel? I mean, you have so many success accolades.
No, I feel honored, but my goal is to have His Highness Sheikh Mohammed coming,
Yes.
or Sheikh Hamdan coming to the event, and then I can kiss their hand and kiss their feet and say, thank you for changing my family's life, right? My kids' life.
Absolutely.
Because where in the world can you have such safety, security, commerce, abundance of health, wealth, sun, and happiness, right?
Yes.
Safety.
And also having your podcasts on Emirates Airline, and then your amazing book, because I think you need to keep doing this. Even if you don't have the time, you have to take out the time.
Emirates Airlines just come back and said they want to charge us ridiculous amounts of money for our future podcasts. So unfortunately, I will not be on Emirates Airlines. You know why? Because 5 hours of video, it proved very successful.
Yes.
But it was very draining on their memory in the what's it called system? They have a system.
It was too high tech. Your footage.
Because all the other podcasts are voice. Mine was video and voice. So to actually justify having that much memory, they have to charge me a lot more money. So we're going to go back to them and say, okay, then what about not having the face, just voices?
Mm-hmm.
But
Audio.
we're in Air Arabia, we're in many Asian, Greek airlines. We're talking to Lufthansa.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're all over the place. And I've got 1 million subscribers on YouTube as well. So
I feel that it's such an educational platform, and you have opened these valuable portals for everyone to connect, and I know a lot of people, they get in touch with me and they say, can we please get in touch with, or how, they immediately can see your irreplaceable personality.
Oh, I love you. And I do love you, you know that. And I thank you. You saw something in me years ago. And kind of you supported me ever since. And I'm ever so grateful.
I think you saw something in me.
I still do.
I think when you gave me those mentoring, it honestly changed my mindset. Everyone has highs and lows. But when someone looks at you with that belief, because that's what we're looking for. Someone who can believe in us.
I think, honest truth, to succeed, you need to believe in yourself first. I think we're looking for others, people to validate. And I don't think we should look for anyone to validate. F everybody else. Fill your own cup with your own validation. Be good and look in the mirror and be proud of who you are. And the rest will follow. Every single day, I get 10 times more love messages than hate, but I still get hate messages. I'll give you an example. I'm a thinker, right? So the other day, a lady messaged me on Instagram, and she goes, I don't like the way you're not talking about Iran enough.
You're always on Iran.
But I was just on holiday with my son's birthday, right? So, and I don't have to justify anything to anyone.
I think you're the only one who puts too much, because
I know, I'm not selling anything. I'm just talking about my political views. So, without fear. So, then what happened was, I thought, this is not the first time this lady's contacted me. So I went back in the history, and about 6 months ago, this lady messaged me saying, I'm in trouble, could you guide me? Can I have one coffee with you? And I said, sure, here's my secretary's details. Let's organize to meet. And for whatever reason...
You planned to meet her despite that?
6 months ago.
Okay.
Right? I don't know who she was then. 6 months ago. And then, for whatever reason, I don't think that meeting happened. And then, 6 months later, she sends me this message saying, you're not writing about Iran enough. And then she sent me a message, I'm so glad I didn't waste my time having coffee with you. I'm sitting there thinking, she wanted to have coffee with me so I could help her. And then she comes back saying, I'm so glad we didn't have coffee so I didn't waste my time.
You should have given her a therapist's number.
But do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how do people see things? There was a couple of people who came to the event. I said, why are you coming? I said, to support you. I said, I don't need your support. I don't need your support. You go and learn from 23 speakers. I don't know what it is with people that they live in such denial. Yes, they don't prepare to look at themselves in the mirror.
I think that you did the bigger part in still meeting that woman, despite her being a bit nasty.
I didn't meet her.
And you did the.
I responded again.
You responded, and like.
I said, isn't it sad that you're asking for my help, and you want to meet, and you say you're glad you didn't meet me, and you don't know anything about me? I'm not going to justify saying I was with my son and I couldn't. I don't have to justify anything. I know what my intentions are, but the problem is most people change their posts and their messages because they want to be liked. They don't. They want to be.
Yes.
Yeah, approved by others. They don't like criticism. Yeah, but you get to a stage, I'm nearly 60, get to a stage in your life, you think, you know what, I don't care. It can affect me, but for a short period of time, then I move on. But don't come and support me. I don't need your support. We got sold out 2 weeks before. Come and learn. Stick your ego up your ass, you know. You know, somebody I admire is a very intelligent human being. Send me a long list of what they wrote down criticizing about every speaker. Right?
Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I can't believe it.
And I was like,
why don't you write your own list of flaws?
Or put your money where your mouth is, right? So I was like, okay, well, thank you. One, I didn't ask you to. But you were sitting there instead of learning and thinking, oh, this guy put 3 million dirhams, $1 million of his money into this, right? And I haven't got the guts to do it myself. Let's learn something from these speakers. And this poor, bold Iranian guy didn't try to sell me anything. He did it out of love, right? So it's just...
So much insecurity, jealousy, and I know myself in person when there was one project I was working with you and there was this one guest who was a really big person and still is today. Very big. And then you said you don't want to have a podcast with him, like just blank. And then I was like, no, you like.
He's a local businessman.
Very like yes, you know, like
billionaire.
Yes, and
yeah.
There were all the right reasons, and but then you just said no. I did not feel the
vibes. The values are different.
Do you know how many people would do that? No one. No one would do that.
Every time you get rid of negativity in your life, two bunch of positives come in your life. You just have to get rid of you have to block the negative, get them out of your system. And the universe will bring you 10 times more positive.
So I have a question for you. If someone brings in a lot of opportunities, investment, money, I mean, engagements, you will still turn that person down if it is not aligned?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the world is not short of money. The world's not short of opportunities. This morning I was consulting my ex-brother-in-law's business. And I realized, I'm sitting there thinking, I recognize his name of his company. And he copied my name of my company. Yeah? I was like, oh. But then I was like, I giggled and I thought, you know what, since then, I've created 10 amazing companies. He took that idea 10 years ago and he copied the name. But since then, I've had 10 other companies with amazing names. But what a privilege that he copied me.
You took it in that sense.
Yeah, I was like, giggled and I chuckled to myself. Then I was thinking, what have I got to be in gratitude of? Electricity. Without electricity, my car won't work. Without electricity, there'll be no air conditioning. Without electricity, there'll be no radio. And I started living in gratitude. Just decided to live in gratitude, you know. Every second we can live in gratitude, right? Every second above ground should live in gratitude.
And I think this is the secret to longevity, to health. I mean, someone who's negative, like all these people that we just, it's kind of like a disease, you know. And
it's a disease, but it's their disease, right? So let them be disease-free or disease. It's theirs. Let them own it. But don't come to me. You know, people tell us that people won't show up if you don't tell them who the speakers are. People don't show up unless you have a big name. People won't show up unless you tell them what the agenda is. People don't show up in January. People don't show up in Dubai, such and such. People don't show up when you're competing with a 1 billion follower summit. They showed up. You were all friggin' wrong, right? And silently, quietly, corner of the stage, I proved to myself that I was right. Yes. And F you all. That's what I was thinking, F you all. Because all my life, people said you're not going to make it. And that was my way of saying F you all.
How big is that? I mean, like you said, there was a big summit on those same days. You still choose that same day. And
I said, I'll show you.
there was no place in the room.
Yeah.
Did someone say you want to change the date? Or
Yeah. So I'm not changing.
I think you did it on purpose.
Yeah. People will come. People will come. And they came. And they came.
And they stayed from start till the end. No one wanted to leave. They wished that there was another second day like the last year.
You know, when you're in a place where everybody's got love for each other, why do you want to leave? Why do you want to leave? To have the real world where during traffic everybody's trying to kill you, or go home to kids who demanding. You're in a place where you're loved and taken care of. And that's what I create, a very safe place.
Do you realize how many connections people made on that day of the event, which you had orchestrated?
A lot.
Whether it's business, love, success.
The only thing I get disappointed is whereby, because I paid for some of the flights and the hotels of the speakers. So I funded them to come here. Some of the speakers, they weren't available 90% of the time. So I was a bit disappointed, because if you bring me to your country and you pay, I make sure I'm available for you at all times.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's one.
It's a given.
Two, some of people I know contacted my speakers and one tried to do business with them, or they've interviewed them, or they've been on their stage and stuff like this. And that upsets me, because they didn't ask me if it's okay. So I think I'm not going to do business with these people, although they may be very nice people. But I like to think, if I was in their shoes, what would I do? And I'll be more courteous, I'll be more mannered. I'll just say, Dariush, I met this guy on your stage. He's your speaker. He's here 3 days. Do you mind if I...
It has to be. Like, there's a decorum.
Yeah.
There's like ethics. These are like basic background cultures that, we have to check with you first.
Yeah, they go around saying, oh, Dar's such a nice guy. Give me an opportunity I never had in life. But wouldn't it be nice to say thank you, or phone up, or acknowledge? It's okay. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's why I'm an introvert. That's why I don't go out socializing. I don't go out and meet loads of new people. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get disappointed. I'll give it. I look in the mirror. I think I'm a great dad. I set a good example to my family, and that's all that matters, really. Because at the end of the day, when we go, who's going to remember you? Just your kids. And how many generations? 2. Maybe your kids and your grandkids. After that, nobody will remember. Nobody will give a shit.
But you do realize that your itinerary is full for the whole year from January. Like,
I'm fully booked.
You're fully booked.
Yeah.
Like,
but I want to be less and less fully booked. But I want to go on holidays. I want to travel more and take the wife around the world.
But do you realize, like, we have spoken about this, but there are so many stories where you have actually changed people's lives. You have, like, actually...
All the time.
Every moment that you don't know unconsciously, through your social media, through your events, through your educational platforms, people are relearning.
Samira, the other day I had a book launch at Virgin
Wonderful.
Store, Mall of Emirates, and I thought, nobody's going to show up. So I said to my 11-year-old son, Caden, I said, come with me, and we'll sit there.
They're such superstars, by the way.
Thank you. I said, thank you. I said, let's sit there, bring your iPad, and we'll play games, because nobody's going to show up. And I turned around, and my desk was right in front of the store. I was like, oh no. For 2.5 hours, I was signing books.
Beautiful.
I couldn't believe so many people showed up.
I think you did not sign my book.
I will. But I don't know, I couldn't believe it. And I didn't play one game with my son.
Because if they know you are coming, everyone's going to come.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
I can tell you from personal experience, I have so many, when you go to so many events, and there are like more than one speaker, they would actually just come to that event to see you or to meet you.
A lot of people said that, and they said, we expect you to speak more.
Yes.
And you never, because I don't want to be the center of attention. Because that event I went to that I detest, and the guy ignored me, that event is all about him. So I thought, I'm going to do an event. It's nothing about me. So I went from one end to another. You and me, I should have more of a balance. So maybe in a couple of months I'll do an event on sales and marketing. It'll just be me and somebody else. That's it.
I mean, of course, but people want to see more of you speak. Because all that experience and then not hiding anything back from people. I mean, you know, most of the people don't share their secrets.
The good, the bad, the ugly, the whole thing.
You know, and like I said, there are very few rare people. And some people change with time. You know, they become more unavailable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful that you took out time for this podcast.
I have a special place in my heart for you, so that always available for you. I think I want to become less available because in the past I've given away my time free for too long, and then if they don't pay attention. You know, I have people who want my help. I give them my time and they leave me with a coffee bill. And I'm like, how does that work out? I'm giving them all this experience. I normally charge $20,000, $10,000 an hour, and they got it for free. They didn't even say thank you for the coffee or the knowledge and then walk off. So who's the idiot? Me, for keep giving this time for free. Because if you don't pay attention. So I'm becoming less and less available. And the people who I charge and they pay, they actually take action. The ones who had it free, think about it. They don't do anything. You know why? If Dariush doesn't respect his time, doesn't respect his knowledge, why should I?
Yes.
So what message am I sending to people if I'm giving my time for free?
But from personal experience, you respect time a lot.
A lot. Do you know that?
I
to
mean,
the second, to the dot.
To the last second. And not a lot of people can manage to do that.
No.
How do you do it?
With great difficulty, but the discipline. You know, like you and I can talk for hours, right? But I'm very aware of what time we should finish. Now, with somebody like you, if we're in a business meeting, I'll take my watch and put it on the table. And I'll say, listen, I tend to get carried away in the excitement chatting with you.
Yes, everyone.
Can I put the watch here so I'm aware of time? Because I have another appointment I have to go to. So would leaving at 3 o'clock be okay with you? So I got their approval. They said, yes, I'll put my watch. I said, I've got to go now. I said, sure, I was expecting you to. Saying goodbye is the toughest part. Because you can drag it and talk and go on and on and on.
And also you have to save your energy for your own self. And
yeah, I think as time has gone by, I've realized that this battery is running out of charge.
I don't think so. I think it's going the other way.
No, it takes.
We were all, spectators from the Gladiator 3.
Yeah. If I was there 40, 35, maybe I'll have one every quarter. But with me now, I'm okay, I'm done. Maybe I'll have another, maybe I won't. But I'd rather meditate a lot more, sleep better. Health, you can take your health for granted. As you get older, you start appreciating your health more. Because I remember my grandma used to say, pray for good health. I was like, oh, shut up, Grandma. I'll pray for more money. Now you think, oh yeah, I wish, health is important. Look after your health when you're young.
I want to ask you one question is, everyone's feeling threatened with the challenges of the AI and with the challenges of, not scarcity, I would say, but living in the UAE. And I mean, it fears people a lot with the economic recessions. And so how do you manage, and how can you advise the young people who are trying to get into business and trying to break the matrix, from doing
First thing I'll do, I'll go to AI and say, should I fear AI? And he'll tell you, right?
Right.
And then you realize, no, you shouldn't fear AI. Imagine you are working on a farm and then somebody comes and says, I have a factory. 99% of the people thought factories are going to destroy the business, right? And then you have a horse and carriage and somebody comes and says, there's this thing called car. And people said, if you go over 20 miles an hour, you get a nosebleed, you die. And then a car comes along and all these horse owners were worried. Then mobile phone comes along, internet comes along. When change comes, the masses shit themselves, right? But the people who work in abundance take advantage of become billionaires. Now the question I'm going to ask you, you have a son, right?
Yes.
Right? Would you rather your son works 5 days a week, like you do, or 6 days, works their ass off for 1 day a week and 4 weeks a year holidays? Or would you like him to work 1 day a week, take 6 days off, meditate, yoga, travel
Definitely
the
the
world,
second
and
one.
earn 5 times more?
Makes sense.
That's the future. That's the future. You said we were conditioned by the industrialists 100 years ago to work our asses off, pay our taxes, and die, right? So they could get richer. But now everyone can get rich and not have to work 5 days a week and within 9 to 5. So the change is positive.
But it's the perspective.
Always been the perspective. Because everybody who argues, they're right in their own world, right?
Yes.
I'm right and you're right, and that's why we argue. Nobody's gonna, the funny thing is, there's a woman's right to choose abortion or not, right?
Yes.
There's still mainly men who tell women how they should live their lives.
And make the laws.
There's people right now on planet Earth who fight and argue that the world is flat.
100%.
So there's always a perspective.
Yes.
There's always a perspective. And there's people saying, oh, there's recession coming. I'm seeing more supercars everywhere. And all those supercars are sold out before they even launched. I had to wait 4 years to get into a Ferrari shopping list.
Wow.
Yeah?
Now that's the perspective.
Hermes bags. They don't send you the top unless you've been a client for so many years.
You sign that list.
Yeah. So you have a rich perspective or a poor perspective. You have a half empty glass, you're half empty, or it's overflowing. It's your choice.
I think that is what Gladiator is all about. The gladiator persona, the label, the name, the legacy.
Gladiator is a person who was born poor. They had to entertain people. They fought every battle like their life depended on it. And the more battles they won, the closer they got to freedom. Nothing changed over 2,000 years. The more appointments you meet, the more sales you do, the more people you entertain, you serve, the freer you get. And one day you have freedom, But the difference is, 2,000 years ago, if you failed, you died. Here, if you failed, they go, don't worry, you're amongst other failures, it's okay. Dust yourself down and wake up and go tomorrow and get
Yes, you have a second chance.
10th chance, 100th chance. I'd rather die a gladiator's death than this bullshit death of bleeding every single day. So I brought this movement that if you fight your battles like it's your life depends on it, how more successful would you be? And it's working.
So much relevant to what everyone needs today.
I think so.
I would like you to say something from your 12 Principles of a Modern Day Gladiator book. I know it is full of lessons and different aspects and facets of life. You can get so much learning.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think from the book, people who know me, read the book, they go, wow, it's like you. It really is like you talking. When they read it, they kind of, it's your personality. So I think the word manifestation is overly used, okay? I would use believe in miracles, okay? Right, I can sit in front of my remote control, watch reruns on Netflix and whatever, and hope to have a six-pack. That's manifestation, right? Or get off your ass, put your bag of chips down, go to the gym, and manifest a great body, right?
100%.
And miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
So through time and effort and discipline, you will become successful and believe in abundance. Because why is it the richest man on earth is worth $700 billion, okay? And then majority of us are poor. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you one question. I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong. If you got, how long would it take for you to become a millionaire if you earn $1 a minute?
40 years, I don't know.
About 2 years, yeah. How long would it take you to become a billionaire, 1 billion, earning $1
per minute?
Yeah.
A lot more,
You see, not many people know. Okay? For you to be a millionaire, 2 years. To be a billionaire, 2,000 years. Crazy, no? So why is it that Elon Musk is worth $700 billion and majority of us are not even close to millionaires? Because there's money around, that he just fixes bigger problems. So wake up in the morning, tackling huge problems, and hope for big problems. Don't hope for an easy day. Hope for a big problem. The bigger problem you fix, the more money you earn.
Yes.
Right? And you'll never be disappointed. You'll never have a bad day.
And he's young. I mean, not young.
Me,
no, but
done.
I think
he was born with a big head. There's a lot more going on.
Yes, I think there's a dark side, but overall, like I think he buys everything with equity. I was just listening to his.
That's how the rich live, right?
No, he doesn't use his own money.
Cash, of course. That's how the rich do it.
I think
they're buying against their stock.
There's no training, there's no education, and I also feel the education system needs to revamp altogether.
The education system was built by the industrialists for you to work, to pay in taxes and die.
Yes.
It wasn't work for you to start things, to be an entrepreneur, to build wealth. Why? Because it should only go to a few. They talk about, don't get into multi-level marketing, it's a pyramid system. Every company is a pyramid system. McDonald's, the people who actually serve food are earning peanuts. The guy at the top is earning millions a week. Every company is a pyramid scheme. Yeah.
I think there would be no answer to this question, but I'll still ask you, do you have someone you think is not an admiring personality, but do you have some people, or I think for you this question is not valid?
I think yes, there is, of course. I think there's somebody I admire for something. Like, for instance, I look at Tom Cruise and I go, he's 62, 63, still jumps off planes, he wants to learn and he doesn't have to.
Real stunts.
I admire that. And he's the last movie star left that he can pack a cinema screen. The rest are moving on to Netflix, right? So I admire that. There's Dalai Lama. Yes. So His Highness has been through all sorts of stuff, and he still talks about peace and love. There's Mother Teresa. They don't have to be alive. The amount of love and support you give to children. Then there's Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Muhammad Ali. So then there's Elvis, marketing and voice and entertainment. So I don't think there's one person that ticks all my boxes, but different people tick a box each. And then you put it collectively together. Because I've seen so many people I used to admire, got to know them, I'm like, there's not much to admire about this one. The only one who ticks a lot of my boxes is Richard Branson. I met him, and I was in his island 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, and I was like, I wonder what this guy's like. Is he full of shit? Is he this? He was everything that you see. Kind-hearted, giving, fun, took notes. Everywhere he had a notepad and pen. He took notes, but whatever people say, took notes. He said yes to every opportunity. Every time he was challenged again with chess, tennis, he'll say yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he worked out every day.
He's working.
Yeah, his wife died last month, and he was so gracious about it. And his wife was healthy and suddenly died a week later, after her 80th birthday. And he was so gracious about the whole thing, and so optimistic and positive. Somebody asked him, he said, you're so rich, you own this island. I was there when he asked him, and he said, you know what, if you knew how many times this island was mortgaged.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be me. So even he has problems, but big problems, right? Because during COVID, he built 2 ships, I think, at $1 billion each. And he started a cruise line business at COVID. He could have easily bankrupted him.
He's one of those who has in completely different markets. And the way he started his airplane without any money.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he had Pamela Anderson, and
He had advice from a guy, I can't remember his name, English businessman, who fought British Airways and lost. He hired him, I can't remember his name, Freddie Laker was his name. He hired him to advise him. And Freddie Laker, he had Laker Airlines or something like that. And then
Lakers, the basketball Lakers?
No, Laker Airlines. And then British Airways bankrupted him. And then he came and joined with Richard Branson, and British Airways sued them, and British Airways lost. And they started Virgin. Really interesting.
I think you're also one of those in that category, because I feel that, you know, it's really learning for a lot of people to see and to grow and look at the abundant side, like the perspective that you are giving people to believe in.
Do you know, I haven't had a good relationship with my mum. And my biggest success is that last week a post went out on a podcast, and the lady asked me, what's your biggest motivation? I said, it was my mum, because she used to reject me and say I wasn't good enough. And for me, my motivation was to prove her wrong. So in the past, we wouldn't have spoken for maybe years if my mum heard that. I was in the US and she messaged me and said, Dariush, I didn't get that. Did I do this to you? I said, yes, several times in my life. Probably several times a week you were telling me not good enough. And we had a discussion, and he finished off, I love you, goodbye.
Amazing.
Right? A few years ago, she would have been F you and put the phone down, not spoke to me for a year. And I was like, how our relationship has moved on, where she can take it on the chin and accept that she wasn't perfect. Right? And I can say it to her and deal with mommy issues that I may have been carrying for years.
And
right?
having a closure.
Have closure, which I have done, and she's alive, and thank God, and healthy.
It'll add more years to her life, and
I hope
brings
so. And happy
relief.
years, because I'd rather have my mum calling me and never calling me, right? And not dread the calls or feel this call of duty rather than wanting to call. So I was like, that's success, where I can be honest and say, Mum, you hurt me. You hurt me. But then I use that hurt as an inspiration. So I thank you. You fucked my childhood, but thank you. I learned from it because I chose to be opposite you. But now, you know I love you, but you're facing the truth. And so many people die with that pain.
Oh, yes.
Unsaid issues.
Absolutely. It turns into diseases.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cancer and stuff. And their parents die with so many unsaid things.
But I feel that your secret sauce magic is about changing the perspective and miracles. You know, I'm just picking up the pattern, which is,
I think I don't mind confrontation. So
hard confrontation.
Any confrontation. Like for instance, when I go and I don't get good service, my wife goes, it's okay, it doesn't matter. I go, no, it does matter, let's get a minute. And I say it, and I can tell the person hates me as I'm telling them I didn't have a great experience. But I know when I leave, they'll think about it. I know when I leave, maybe 10, 15 years later, they go, that guy taught me a lesson, right? So everywhere I go, I have confrontation, but it's not all bad. Most people avoid confrontation. They just compromise. Just let it go. Let me take it in the ass. It's okay, I'll pay. I'll take it in the ass and I say thank you. I go, no, if I'm paying, I deserve the service. If I'm doing this, I deserve this. I'm worthy. And if you don't give it, I'll speak out. You know, in America, you go, they give you terrible service, the bill arrives, and automatically, do you want to pay 18%, 25% or 30%? Automatically, I said, no, I don't want to give you anything because I didn't get the service level that I was expecting. Argue with me, I didn't get the service, right?
In the US, I can understand because over here, you do get good, impeccable quality, but I feel that you are doing them a favor. You are giving them, number one, your time, your energy, some
feedback,
and you care.
Yes, they know.
You are helping them up level.
Yeah. They know it's tough love.
Yes.
I care.
And that tough love is people don't care for the other person. They wouldn't waste their energy. So my other question is that, like, I feel with your wisdom and with your acumen about how you can heal these bleeding wounds of people, you should absolutely be in the governing positions. You need to bring this, how to honor and value, treasure these important ethics and civilizational courtesies, which is becoming less and less by the day.
It's whether I want to fight more battles, because when you are bringing something new, a different mindset, people will challenge you, right? I have momentum now. 14 years ago, it was me by myself against everyone, against financial losses, didn't have money to eat. Now, it's a lot easier because we've got momentum. So to bring a new thing, it takes time and lots of effort. I'm not sure if I have the energy so much as of course I don't. I just want to spend more time maybe on my family, on my health. Yes, maybe writing more books, maybe
Absolutely.
working AI community whereby I don't have to be giving my time away and my AI can do a lot of my work, repetitive work. So change is good, change is coming.
But we need those drivers behind that change.
I was talking to someone today, we were thinking of hiring coaches that think like a gladiator, think like me, giving them certificates. And they can go and spread the message. Because a lot of people, no matter what community you have AI, they still want to connect with a human.
Yes.
So if I have a good manager who can make sure we recruit the right coaches, and I can just teach the coaches and they're monitored that they're like a gladiator.
But they will need you. You have to be more available for people.
Just to the gladiators.
Yes.
And then they go out there and talk to others, but not to individuals anymore.
Yes, your time is...
Energy it takes, yeah. The energy, I'll give you an example. If you have a business and you have a client who pays you $500 a month, okay? And their revenue is, their profit as a business is $1,000 a month. They're giving you half their profits. So they will be on your case.
Yes.
They will be on your case. I'm giving you, Samira, I'm giving you 50% of my income. What are you going to do about it on your, okay? But you're only earning $500 for all that effort. And then you hire a client who gives you $10,000 a month, but they turn over $10 million a month. They're not going to bother you as much. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The smaller the client, the more they bother you. So what I've got, I needed those small clients with a lot of bother, a lot of energy, everything to kickstart me. But right now, I'm working on a bigger table. I'm working with bigger players who are going to put more food on my table where I can give to others with a lot less effort than before.
Absolutely makes sense. And I just cannot wait for your new, I think this platform that you are mentioning about, people really getting the right direction and coaching from your platform would be so valuable,
Thank you.
So what is the end lesson or the end advice that you want to share with the audience?
Surround yourself be aware of the people around you, you surround yourself with, the type of conversations they're having. You don't have to be around negative people who have limited beliefs. You can love them from distance. They don't have to be in your inner circle.
That is the most wonderful advice. Can you say that again? To
I
be
can't
mindful.
remember. It only comes out of my mouth once.
Yes, because it's like there's diamonds coming out. You just said that you have to be mindful of the conversations, the quality.
The quality of conversation. I sat around. Last night I was invited. I get invited a lot, and this particular night I was invited. It was a table of billionaires, and I thought I better go. I might learn something. And I was listening to a conversation. It was incredible. They were talking about his 5th apartment in Monte Carlo, the size of his yacht, the travels that they do, how they studied making wine like Napoleon did in 1853, I was like, wow, I learn it from every conversation. I don't know about all this stuff, any of them. I'm not into boats, I'm not into property in Monte Carlo, I'm not into wine, and the guys watch. And I became so much more knowledgeable. And these guys, not one single one of them talk about AI being a problem, scarcity, negativity.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was so inspired when I drove home. I said I should go out more often. But to the people that I like to aspire to, not the peer group that I look down upon.
100%. 100%. I am so grateful and honored to have you. And this interview is going to really bring so much of wisdom and knowledge and help and support to the listeners, because we want to know the real you, the gladiator behind the wonderful orchestration of this movement and people connecting to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Are you free tomorrow night?
Yes.
I'm having dinner with Michelle from Nomads. Here's an interesting thing. So she phones you up and says, do you want to have dinner as an event?
I saw it on your Instagram, yes.
And I said, who will want to come? I said, I'm fully booked and I've sold tickets as X price. How do you make money? She goes, I buy a half X and I sell tickets at XX. I'm like, and people are buying tickets to see me. He goes, yes.
Yes.
Crazy, no?
We are. Can people get it now? I mean,
well, it's not going to go out now, is it?
Yes, yes.
It's tomorrow.
But you're fully booked with your back-to-back.
Yeah, crazy.
And they would want
so
you on your event.
Myself. I'm like, yeah.
They would want you there so that the rest of the people will come. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So see you tomorrow.
Yes,
Grosvenor
absolutely.
House,
absolutely.
5:30, I think.
I'm excited. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you so much again.
I love you.
And
I love your soul.
No, I think a million more times to you. I can't wait to have an amazing gladiator. Please think about the event. We're still not getting over the January 10th. It's so recreated very
people
soon.
Said they've had holiday blues, holiday blues. When they leave a holiday, they come home and they get depressed. They're going through depression.
Yes, they need the souls uplifted, the energy high.
Crazy.
Yes. Right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
All right, everyone. Thank you.